I had loved her madly. How strange it is to see only one being in the world, to have only one thought on one's mind, only one desire in the heart, only one name on the lips. Deborah. Deborah. I am going to tell you our story, for love only has one, which is always the same. I met her and loved her, that is all. And for a whole year I'd lived on her tenderness, on her caresses, in her arms, so imprisoned in everything which came from her that I no longer knew if I was dead or alive. And then she died. How? I do not know. But one evening she came home wet from the cold rain, and for a week she coughed, and then she died. She was buried, Deborah, in that hole. Some people came, female friends. They said, I really didn't know her. They said in time I would forget all about her. What lies! I made my escape and ran away on a journey. Yesterday I returned, and when I saw my room again, our room, our bed, our furniture, could not remain any longer among these things. Between these walls which had enclosed and sheltered her, which retained 1,000 atoms of her skin, and of her breath in their imperceptible crevices. I was seized by such a violent attack of fresh grief. I just wanted to die and be with her. I stopped in front of that looking glass in which she had so often been reflected, so often, that it must also have retained her reflection. I was standing there trembling, with my eyes fixed on the glass, on that flat, profound, empty glass which had possessed her as much as I had. I touched it. It was cold, cold. I went to the cemetery. I sobbed with my forehead on the ground, and I stopped there for a long time on her simple grave, a gray marble stone with these few words. She loved, was loved, and died. Then I saw that it was getting dark, and a mad wish, the wish of a despairing lover, seized me. I wished to pass the night, the last night, in weeping on her grave. But if I was found, I would soon be forced to leave. I was alone, perfectly alone, and so I crouched under a green tree and hid myself there completely among the thick and somber branches. When it was quite dark, I left my refuge. And began to walk softly through that ground full of dead people. And I wandered about for a long time, but I could not find her again. I felt the stones, the crosses, the iron railings, and the wreaths of faded flowers, but I could not find her again. What a night. I am frightened, horribly frightened, in these narrow paths between these two rows of graves. Deborah. I could not walk any longer. My knees were so weak. I could hear my heart beat through my chest. And I could hear something else as well. What was it? A confused, nameless noise. Was the noise in my head, or beneath the mysterious earth, the earth sown with human corpses? I looked all around me, but I cannot say how long I remained there. I was paralyzed with terror. Suddenly, it seemed to me as if the earth on which I was sitting was moving. I distinctly saw that dead person appear. On the gravestone I could read, "Here lies Benny Smith. He was kind to his friends. He loved his family and died in the grace of the Lord." The dead man also read what was inscribed on his tombstone. Stone off the path, a little pointed stone, and began to scrape the letters carefully. He slowly effaced them all together, and with the tip of his forefinger, he wrote in luminous letters, "Here lies Benny Smith. He rejoiced in his father's death, knowing he would inherit his fortune. He tortured his wife, tormented his children, and cheated everyone. The dead man stood motionless, looking at his work. Turning, I saw that all the graves were open, all the dead bodies had emerged from them, and that all had effaced the lies inscribed on the gravestones, and had substituted the truth instead. I thought that Deborah also must have written something on her tombstone. Running without any fear among the half-open coffins, I went towards her, sure that I would find her immediately. I recognized her without seeing her face, and on the gray stone where before I had read, "She loved, was loved, and died," I now saw, having gone out one day in order to deceive her lover, she caught cold in the rain and died. It appears that they found me at daybreak, lying on the grave, unconscious.